Hey, and I'm back.
Thank the good Lord that you're back.
I know I've been gone the last 4 out of the 5 weekends.
Mm.
So, and the last one was kind of a long one. So, we're back. And now we are back.
Yeah, no,
Happy Thursday.
it's Wine Truth Night,
It's
right?
Wine Truth Night.
It's exciting. So tonight we have a
Oh.
favorite.
Well, we have to give a shout out to Domke.
Yep.
And Brooke is great. And I love her excitement when it comes to wine. Like, she is ultimately passionate.
So this wine is a Spanish wine, and I believe it says Care, but I doubt that's the way it's pronounced. I think
No,
it's
I think it
probably
is Care.
Care. Well, it's
Oh,
Care, but you
Care.
can find it at Domke there. But it is a Spanish wine. I got some tasting notes: dark cherry and raspberry and mocha, smooth, luscious body, long to the finish, and we have to get the pronunciation correct.
Yes.
We were instructed that this wine is pronounced, and I'm going to read my notes, Garnacha Nativa.
Yes.
Is the name of it. So, hey,
That's good.
yeah, and so it's a good wine.
She did tell us it's Garnacha. And everywhere else, well, in the U.S., says Garnache.
Yeah, and you were
She's
saying
like, it's not that.
and you were saying that it's a favorite if you make sangria or
Yes.
something along those lines.
Well, she said it's a good spice wine. So if you need something in sangria where it's balanced with fruit, it's a really I mean that would be a good.
So what was the
Mix
price
it
point on that bottle?
It was like $20.
So,
We cut
hey,
it on her, it's like $20. So
That's a great buy for
It really
$20 if you're looking to make sangria and you're hosting
the
people.
picture's really cool.
Yeah, it's got a cool
kinda
story on
artistic.
it.
Yes.
And so that's a 2017 version of the wine. But we're not just here to talk about wine.
We are not.
So what are we talking about tonight?
What is the truth?
Wine truths.
Wine truths. So we're going back, 15 years?
15
Maybe
years,
15
yeah.
years?
So while we were in Baton Rouge.
While we're in Baton Rouge. Again, we're military, so we've
Yeah.
moved around quite a bit.
2010 to 2012, I think we were
way better
there.
at it than I am. So yes, I'm always going to say yes.
So 12 to 14 years ago. So while we were there, we lived on a great house, and we love that house. We made great neighbors, Chantel and Randall.
Shout out to them who still let me come there and stay when our dog has chemo
Yeah,
treatments.
and I don't think
or
we
visiting.
we can't mention Chantel and Randall without mentioning Doug.
Oh, Dougie
Also,
Fresh. Yes.
but so anyway, when we were there, we lived on a beautiful little house that was right on the water. It was right on this bayou, and we thought
Bayou Chantal.
it was fantastic. But
It really was.
but if you live on the water, you have to have a boat.
Especially when you're on the lake.
We didn't have a boat, but
We were poor.
yeah, we decided that let's look for a boat.
We were, what's the word?
Poor. But I think we got a tax return, so we were like, hey, let's buy a boat.
Oh, and I thought we bought it for Max.
Oh, like a birthday gift?
Yeah, or like, because he wanted to go, him and Morgan were the main ones that wanted to fish and wanted to be on the river.
Yeah.
And yes. And Max, I mean, even being he was 10 about then, I mean, he could still back up a boat and drop it in the water.
So I just got to say, hey, Grandma,
smart parents.
Grandma, cover your ears.
Yeah.
This boat was a piece of shit.
But it was a great boat. And that's where, okay. So John wanted to say how much of a piece of shit this boat was. And us looking that we're almost 50 in our late 40s, how we probably would not buy that boat now. But at that point,
I wouldn't recommend, like, if my son came to me and was like, hey, I want to buy this boat, I would say, no, don't do that.
But for us,
it was perfect.
It was great.
Yeah.
And
don't buy the boat, but we're gonna stick all four of you kids on it and drag you around on a rope on a.
And everybody loved it. Like,
I loved it.
I think that's perspective. I mean, when we were early 30s, and we were in like our financial situation that we were,
poor.
And on the river, we didn't know any different. Like, the kids loved the boat. We loved the boat. We loved that we could tie the boat out in front of the house. And after dinner, go for a ride. No, it never really broke down on. Okay, here's something. It never broke down on us, and we didn't run out of gas on False River.
What I loved about it is that our friends would say, "That's a great looking boat in the water," which meant that thing looks like crap when you got it up on the trailer. They were very kind to us. Thank
They
you
were.
again.
And we're not going to talk about the one time where it was not a good
You're not
boat
going to talk about that.
in July 4th weekend.
Mm.
And if you know us, then you probably know the story, because that's a whole
Yeah, you
story.
can ask Troy and Diane. They'll give you the reader notes on that one, that story.
But outside of that one weekend, the boat was solid. It
Okay.
never did us wrong.
So let's tie it back. So the truth that the universal truth in parenting or living
Yeah.
is what when it comes to the story of the boat?
Is again, buy the boat.
Buy the boat.
We made such great memories. Now, again, if our son Max was here, he would tell you how Micah grabbed the window
And broke it.
and broke it, and it
Cut his
sliced
foot.
his foot, and he had to have like 7 stitches.
So, but I think,
But-
but what Ivy said earlier while we were talking was, your imperfect situation can lead to perfect memories
Yep.
that everybody can really value and
Yep.
love. And so that's the point
If
of
you
the
ask
story of the
our
boat.
kids, they loved that boat. Max was sorry that we had to sell that boat because obviously he was not taking that boat to Virginia.
You couldn't tow that boat.
No, and on that trailer, there's no way. But for us, for our family, especially during then, we didn't wait for perfect. It was a great boat. It was fun. We pulled kids on the tube. Oh, we to tell you how old this boat was. I thought we had to go to the back, but we had to go to the front of the boat when we were pulling people.
And then run to the back so it could get on plane, and then run back up to the front and sit down.
So you could pull people faster on the tube.
The boat was older than us.
Yes, but nobody cared.
The engine was older than us.
What'd you say it was?
This is a 76 Johnson,
Yeah.
75 horsepower single
And
engine.
again, I think if you asked all 4 of our kids, they would do nothing differently. Every memory they had on that boat, other than Max's stitches, was a great memory.
Yeah,
like
so
we
they're-
had such a great time on that boat, and it did help us meet our great neighbors and our friends.
So don't wait for things to be perfect.
No.
For the opportunity to make perfect memories with your family. That's
Yes.
really the point that we're trying to get to. But
Life's too short. Make the memories.
so
Make the best of it. Be present when you're making the memories. And we didn't bitch about how the boat couldn't get up or guzzled gas
No.
or whatever. No, we
you just figured it out.
We figured it out and enjoyed the boat.
But
And-
like, you want to go faster? Run
on
up
the
to the front, run to the back.
and the kids knew, and they could care less. And they got to drive the boat because obviously it was not brand new.
You weren't going to break it.
You weren't going to break it, and they could fish. And remember, we have cousins that came down and got on the boat. Remember, we let them it was a great boat. Like I said,
You had to
don't
hold
wait
your
for-
mouth just right to get the key to turn over. So,
Don't wait for perfect.
no.
Get your memories. Live your memories.
Well, thanks for having me. I really enjoyed being on
I
this
love
version
doing
of
Wine
Wine
Truths
Truths.
with you.
It's one of the best. So, but anything you want to say before you take them out?
I don't, but
Take them home, honey.
I mean, thank you for watching again this Thursday. Tune in next Thursday because now we're going to be on a series of making memories and how important it is to be present when you're making those memories.
I'm waiting to when we do whiskey truths,
We could do that.
or
next
certain
No.
IPA truths,
month.
one or
We
the
could-
other.
We
So,
could switch it up.
all right. Hey, thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.